What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best, and we have our regular co-host here from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, James. Welcome in, James.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. Subscribe, like, share the video. Make sure you get us up there now.
Absolutely, you guys. We do a lot of YouTube together, so I encourage everyone, especially if you enjoy watching our recaps here, to check out the recaps on James's channel. I am there for some of them. I think he does a lot of good content separate from the recaps, though. So be sure to tap in, beautiful people. But we're here to go over Love and Hip Hop Miami. The episode was titled Small Fries, Season 6, Episode 14. I'm a day late. That's fine. Love and Hip Hop Miami as a cast needs to do better, in my personal little opinion. But we start the episode with Trick Daddy and his son. They're going to the studio to meet up with Derek Milano, trying to smooth things over because the Hollywood twins had drama in the studio session that Trick set up. And the twins are the daughters of Trick's very close friend. And basically she's going to be coming into town. So Trick is kind of like, I need to make sure the music's good and all of this. Basically, it seemed like Trick's friend expects him to make miracles out of his daughters. Either you have talent or you don't. But it seems like with people like the Hollywood twins, the people in the background, the producers, the artist development, all them people going to be working double time. Because them heifers don't have no actual talent. And I'm not saying it to be mean. It's just a fact. But they play a song that the twins have been working on. I did not like the song. It kind of reminded me of the song that Pinky Doll Girl was trying to present us with, where it's just her doing the NPC thing. I didn't care for the song. But Derek Milano has a jeweler come in. I guess he's going to be wanting to propose to Angela, aka Black China. I don't know. These people feel forced on me. I don't know if you guys as an audience feel differently, but Derek Milano, you just got here. Why are you discussing an engagement to Black China with Trick, who you don't know that well? Why are you doing it on camera with these twins here? Why are you doing it on camera at all? It just seems disingenuous. And I don't care for Trick and the Hollywood twins. I keep saying that. So I'm going to give James the floor and see maybe he has something else that he could say.
No, that song was terrible. That's why, and it was Trick's face for me in the video. He was like, "The hell is this?" So, no, I completely agree. That song was trash. And you know, as I told y'all since episode 1, I don't see Derek and Angela really making it like this. I just don't see it. One, I think he's just a safe space for her. And sometimes we confuse safe spaces with lifetime expectations. And the more I watch him and the more I see him move, I just don't think this is something long term. I just don't see it. So I wish them the best. I do. And I hope for their sake and their future that I am wrong and I'm willing to be wrong. But I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be positive for them, but I just don't see it.
I think you are. I think a part of being nice, people think to be nice is to just be agreeable with what they say. But sometimes the nicest people are the ones the most honest. And I thoroughly agree with that honest assessment of those two. I don't see the sparks or feel it. It seems like he pressures her and like they're just trying to work on what's best for his career because she's already well known. Yes, she may have went broke and lost her mind, drunk and all of that in the public, but she'll always be able, in my opinion, to rebuild herself until she does something cancelable, if that's a word. But yeah, we're going to move on, you guys, to Marcus, aka Dr. Black. He hears of all the drama that Brooke has had and with basically everybody. Amada don't want to be Brooke's friend. Princess don't want to be Brooke's friend. Me and James predicted this because Brooke literally put herself into other people's business, and this is why you don't. And we can't not acknowledge that Brooke, she's messy. She's always been this way. She was that way on Hollywood. She was that way prior. It's just what it is. Do I think that she did anything bad enough to make them not want to be her friend? No, because as for Princess, bitch, I'm not jumping in and fighting your battle. It's funny that you're fighting at this event and we on camera. And as for Amada, stop expecting me to defend your non-defendable actions. Like, so Brooke technically is not wrong, but she got to mind her business because now she's wrapped up in all of this. But the result of that conversation is, I guess Marcus is going to be meeting with Ray J and Princess without Brooke. His intentions are to refer them to a therapist that helped him and Brooke. Before I get to Florida James, I'm gonna just say this. I love that they're trying to promote therapy, especially amongst other Black people, because it's kind of taboo in our community still to a certain extent. However, comma, just because you go to therapy and you find a therapist that works for you and your partner doesn't mean that that same person will work for someone else and their partner. Therapists are just like people, they're very specific. What works for one may not work for another. So, this is why I'm a firm believer. Like, Marcus, just let these people be. That's just my opinion. James, you have anything to add?
I'm in 100% agreement with you. My separate aside opinion, hey Shayna, my separate side opinion is that I tell people all the time, you have to be willing and ready and open to therapy. And for people like both Ray J and Princess, they feel like what they say goes, and they're perfect in their own little world. So I don't think they would have been open to it, even if it was coming from a place, which I feel it was, of genuine, spirit from Marcus. But that's just Ray J and Princess for you.
Hot Mess Express, that is them essentially when we really think about it. But yeah, we move on, you guys, to a small thing with Pinky Doll. She's in Miami doing her little NPC thing. Good for you, Pinky Doll. I'm not gonna waste my time on this heifer. I'm not. Until she shows me something other than, yeah, 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 party, let's go to party. Like, until I get something other than that, which doesn't require much talent, I can't respect her. She may have been popular on TikTok and fun to watch, but that doesn't translate to substance, is what I will say. Um, so we gonna keep it moving unless James wants to add something.
No, we can keep it moving.
Okay, I figured you wouldn't because this girl ain't giving us nothing. Now we then see Bobby, Mr. I'm on my sobriety journey. He is hosting an R&B event at what looks to be like a lounge, somewhere you can eat, slap, things of that nature. He's not too sober hosting the event. He says he is grown enough to be able to have his one drink and keep it moving. Let me tell y'all something. Bobby is full of you know what. And the reason I'm gonna say that is because if you're somebody who, like for me, I'm more of a social drinker, right? So if I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna have one drink, fine, that makes sense. But if you're somebody that's down in the bottle, taking shots off people from the cup, drinking it straight, all those good things like Bobby, your tolerance don't just disappear overnight. I can't see him just having one drink. Just admit that you still want to drink, Bobby, and that you overdid it with the partying. Because I don't think Bobby's any type of a addict or any of that. I just think he's one of those people who had access to substances and decided to take things a little bit too far. Do you feel any differently, James?
Yeah, I do actually. I feel like this is definitely the wrong move, and I feel like he was an addict, and I feel like there's still some part of him that may relapse. He's gonna have to be the type of person that moves out of Miami. And I hate
Mm.
I have to say that because as someone who did live in South Florida and really, really enjoyed living there, I feel like for his sake, and if he really is on the serious with getting on the straight and narrow, he's gonna have to leave that city. That's just
That's
my
fair.
opinion.
Environment plays a big part in sobriety. I could see that because he did struggle for years and years, but he's trying to paint it as if he doesn't have that much of a problem. Either you do or you don't. But you could be right because most people that feel the need to, I have my one drink, or I only had this much wine, or I only did this much, so on and so forth. Usually, them the ones who struggled. So Bobby, you not fooling nobody, but good for you. Get your check. Now we see Miami Tip come by to see Bobby, and we learned from Tip because she's telling Bobby that she is mad that Eliza did not come to her book signing, but she feels away because she supported Eliza's little oil event. I'm like, Miami Tip, you barely own this cast. You've known this girl for over 20 years, you say. So you should know that she messy and is nobody's friend. Stop expecting something different from someone who's shown you what they're going to give you over and over again. And I don't want to hear about Tip and Eliza no more. Personally, I don't. Now, Pinky Doll comes in, and this is where Pinky Doll, she's meeting everybody, mixing and mingling with Tip and Bobby. And they were funny because they were giving her advice that, based on what James has said, because he did live very close to Miami, sounded like advice that is valid. Like, you got to really stand out. There's a bunch of talented people here. There's people moving to Miami to get put on in music and things of that nature. You got one of the biggest music studios of like the early 2000s. The Hit Factory was out there, all types of things. So it's basically Tip telling Pinky Doll, like, listen, the market out here, like, there's a lot of opportunity, but it's also oversaturated. So it's difficult sometimes to get to that opportunity and you have to stand out. Good advice. But did anybody else catch? And I'm gonna ask James if he caught that Pinky Doll was making it known. I'm supposed to be out here to work with Timberland, but I haven't heard from him since I've been out here. I'm like, is Timberland actually working with you? Or did you just have a TikTok video?
It's
That
what you said. She just had a TikTok video. I don't bit more believe. First of all, after hearing what her music sounds like, I don't bit more believe that Timbaland just randomly was going to say, "Yeah, let's work together." Da, da, da. He might have said it like in a general sense, but I don't think there was no actual paperwork that
mm,
would have solidified her working with him because he's not unprofessional by any means. At least I've never heard of Timbaland being unprofessional,
mm-hmm.
in my honest opinion. And I just feel like that was just something he may have just said, just and like kind of like, yeah, we can work together, just to not necessarily pacify her, but kind of just saying, like, yeah, because you're popular, we can throw something together. I might throw a beat your way, something like that. I don't think it was like what she's making it seem to be.
Hmm. I agree with that. I think that's probably, and that's common, James. That's so common just in the industry, whether you're a writer, a singer, a dancer, or someone who just wants to do PR. Like, that is common. Sometimes people just, I think Piki needs to understand the difference between small talk and somebody writing you for a moment of being viral, because he could benefit from that as well, versus you actually having that long lasting substance. And she don't got it. But Bobby, I did appreciate Bobby Lights giving it advice, because Bobby Lights, though he gets lost in other stuff, he does have actual talent and comes from a very talented family. I will say that. And he made it very clear to Pinky Dog. He said, if you don't have real talent, girl, Miami will eat your ass up. I believe that to be true. And I was glad she had some type of warning. But we move on to Ching Diamond. Her and her titties are ready to welcome her man home, because apparently VH1 thinks that this is Love After Lockup and she's on the wrong show. Now, and I really, the reason I say that, y'all, speaking of which, when Love After Lockup comes back, I will be covering it, but I'm not doing the little true crime thing to cover the crimes of the people who was locked up. But Ching, we don't really care, no shade. And James, tell me if I'm wrong. We don't care too much right now about your music. It's good, but we don't care too much about that. You done talk so much about this man that now he's become a part of your storyline. And after meeting him and what we about to discuss, I now see why your mama, the Lord, people who don't know him, Zoe, why nobody seems to want her with him. Now, why James Jackson did this man have on a shirt that had Ching Diamond's face on it? And on the back of the shirt and under her face on the shirt, it said his favorite hoe. I need to know why Ching is his favorite hoe. Why is she your favorite, sir? How many of her are there? That was red flag number one. Red flag number two was she tells him of all the issues that Zoe has. And I'm expecting him to be like, well, I was locked up. It's natural for people to feel how they feel, but we gonna be about us, or something along those lines. But instead, he was just like, yeah, whatever, I'm not worried about her. So then Ching brings up her mama. And before she could even let things out about what her mom said and the expectations, he's irritated. Like her mom has been very vocal or something in the past. And he seems more bothered about her mama than he does about getting a job. He's pulling the same jail talk, even though he's not locked up no more. Let's have a baby. I'm gonna take care of you. I want my family. I'm ready to be faithful. This Negro ain't ready for none of that. And I'm not saying that makes him a bad dude, but I'm just like, it's very clear that what Ching wants and what he's able to give are different. James, I'm gonna get your opinion if you are here still.
Um, I need this young lady to have a conversation with Sonny from Love and Marriage Huntsville because, ma'am, as quick as he got there is as quick as he's going back. I don't understand why you would on national TV have this man on camera in Miami, but that's neither here nor there. I feel like this man just want him some and he finna move on.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all. That's it. Like there was nothing about no serious conversation about getting married, done, and all the stuff that she was parading around saying. This man seems uninterested in anything that she's talking about, serious relationships, or even stepping up to the plate to the man. He just want him some, and he can get on. But he couldn't took his hand off her titties, and I was like, what am I watching? What am I watching? Like really?
When
Like,
he
you made it seem
walked
like
in,
he was just
he
this
had his
man that was
whole
just
he had his whole face in her titty,
yeah,
and
it's
he did
like,
not
girl, you don't
catch
get out some girls'
nothing that
titties.
she said.
He just seemed immature and just he's not ready. I feel sorry for her because Zoe was right in the instance of their argument. This is what Zoe was talking about. But the problem is that she's so insecure that she can't even see that. That man wasn't even trying to have no serious conversation, and you're on camera on national
Mhm.
TV. Like, okay, so, Chinga, if this is what you want, baby. Fine. Like,
And
I'm
I
not
don't want to hear
trying.
nothing about it being, oh, Ching, you from the hood, or oh, you went to jail. That I wish my husband would call me his favorite hoe. That tells me right there I'm one of many to be the favorite. I
Hello.
your
I mean,
favorite
I'm just
person.
saying. First of all, you ain't if you in love with me, you ain't finna call me no hoe. Like, let's be for real, because I'm not no hoe. So I don't understand. Like, this supposed to be a serious relationship, right? What in that instance makes me a hoe? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what is going on here? That's how you know she got low self esteem. Because the moment
Mhm.
I saw that shirt, I would have threw him right back out that room and say,
And
"Try again."
you could tell Ching is just like the rest of us. She tried to play a hard friend, but she just want to be liked. That's all. She just want to be liked. But again, if a man call you his favorite hoe, you got multiple problems because one, you're the favorite. There's several. Two, he referred to you as a 304, and you should not accept that. And three, how did you even get to a point to end up with somebody that would refer to you as that? Get to know people a little better. What's good? A bitch stay winning. She says she has no self respect. She has low self esteem. You can see it is because of how boisterous she is. Yeah, I think that's a very good point. Sometimes the louder and the more extra a person behaves and conducts themselves is oftentimes as loud and down or insecure as they would feel about themselves. So I don't know. Ching Diamond, from me and Watch Your Mouth reviews, we wish you the best, Heifer. That's all I could say. Keep rapping, but she gonna do what she wanna do. She not listening to her mama, so she won't listen to nobody. That's how I view it. Um, but we then see Amara La Negra go by to see Estelita. And I didn't like this whole scene because the whole scene felt fake and staged and scripted. Amara's like, she's not answering the phone. She's not answering the phone. Girl, y'all know y'all not friends in real life. What'd you say, bitch? They went in. Not to mention she loves joking about her size with the stereotypes. That's the dead giveaway right there. That's the dead giveaway right there because nobody mentioned your size until you do, my darling. Well, 9 times out of 10. Amara is more than sad work. She, she's something vicious. But her and Estelita have this fake scene. Estelina is talking about how she had her butt from the black market and she got injections that were illegal. I guess the doctor that was doing it was an illegal doctor in Miami that ended up publicly being indicted for what she's been doing to people. These injections into her rear end have made her sick, as we have heard time and time again from countless people who have gotten their butt done. This is a sign to whoever needs to hear it. Don't get your body done. Do the work, lose the weight if you feel too heavy, if you feel too skinny, figure out a way to gain some weight. But there are healthier ways of doing things that don't involve surgery. There's other options. And Estelita's going to have to go to Colombia to get this work fixed. I guess she has one more surgery. She's speaking about how scared she is, breaks down in tears. And she says, while in the tears, I want to be healthy. I want to have kids and, so on and so forth. And this bitch, Amada, makes it about herself. But not only does she make it about herself, she makes it about herself in the heart of stupidity and says that she wants to have a big family and she doesn't want to have multiple baby daddies. So she's going to do it with Alan, who is still married. James, do you? I have nothing nice, so I'm going to let James.
I have nothing nice either. And to be honest with you, I wasn't surprised that she said that. I wasn't surprised she said that because that's been said before. I think it was Moniece who said this. She wanted Fizz to give her something in the cup. I feel like Moniece did this first. I feel like it was her.
She did, but Fizz wasn't married.
No, but I'm just saying the antics of women who think like this is really weird and really strange to me. How you're like, I don't want multiple baby daddies and this and this and that. And it's like, okay, but you want to go through the same trouble you're going through with the first set of kids you have. I would rather have different baby daddies than to have the same one who ain't shit in the first place. So I just feel like y'all have the wrong logic and context, Amara. You have the wrong context because that didn't make any sense to me. But once again, I'm not surprised she said it.
I'm cracking up at this comment. She said them ant bodies is costing.
Right. I wish women would understand that that ain't cute to begin with. That ain't cute to begin with. And I feel like, what's old girl's name? Turkey Baster. I cannot think of her name. Yes, I always get her confused with Amy Luciani. I do. I feel like that y'all gonna learn them bodies is not hidden. Like they are not.
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It really doesn't. A bitch that one has said it doesn't make any sense. It is not that big of a deal to have more than one baby daddy, especially if you have a sorry one. You want to make sure that you get a good one next time. I think that a lot of people still go off those negative stereotypes of, oh, a woman that has several baby daddies is loose. And the men kind of don't have to suffer because it's just as it's irresponsible for a woman to just be sleeping around, getting pregnant constantly. It's irresponsible for a man to just be letting it off anywhere. But in today's time, I know several people, lots of people who have multiple baby daddies. So, I mean, Amara focusing on that, it doesn't matter. Personally, you being married or your baby daddy being married and you not being the wife, I think that's worse than having multiple baby daddies.
It is
I know
worse.
some friends who have several baby daddies, but they all do what they're supposed to do, and that's just that.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. That is worse than having multiple baby daddies. So that's why I said she has the wrong context of this life. Because I don't understand why you think that would be that important for you to have another baby with this man versus you just going out there doing some self work and then finding the one that's truly for you and then having a baby with him. I don't understand why that's so hard. I don't understand. And to me, this was just all she was doing is open up the segue for her to sleep with that man again. That's all this was.
Yeah, because we know she's still doing it. I don't think they never stopped. And that's the part that's really annoying. Hi, Quay the Canary Diamond. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good afternoon or evening if you guys are on the East Coast. She said, try getting married first, Amara, the 304. Listen, Eliza, you could profit off the shirt. Hide your husband. Take off the Amada so you don't get sued and just hide your husband on a t-shirt. Profitable, I'm trying to tell you. Moving on, y'all. We did see Tip Miami Tip and Eliza Rain meet, and Eliza Rain basically doesn't want Miami Tip to be mean to her because she has a lot going on. I'm like, so this woman comes in here calm. And compared to how Tip was when we met her season one, Tip has calmed down a lot. And I do have to give her kudos for that. But as soon as Tip tries to explain, like, hey, why did I support you and you couldn't support me? I can't take this. I'm pregnant. Pregnancy does not excuse you from doing fucked up things to people in life. I just want to make that clear. Just because you go out and decide to be pregnant doesn't mean the rest of us have to treat you like you fragile. Unless it's something like if I'm riding Bart to work, right? That's our train here in the Bay Area. If I see a pregnant woman, I'll get up and give her my seat. But if a pregnant woman cuss me out and call me all types of bitches, I'm gonna call her all types of bitches. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't attack them for no reason. But I mean, Eliza, you being pregnant, especially when you just be getting pregnant for sport, nobody has to be nice to you because of that. James, you had something to add?
No, not really, because I just felt like it was a cop out. And honestly, I just felt like I was more interested to know who the father of the baby was, like Miami Tip in that scene. Like, I don't care about none of that. Who's the baby daddy and how'd you get pregnant?
Because Tip immediately told her she thinks she trapped a new man. And it sounds like from what Tip wrote in her book when she was reading at the book signing, it sounds like that's something that these girls who got cool at the strip club that they worked at decided to do. Except it sounded like Tip did it once and left it there. And Eliza just kept going. And I'm just like, girl, how many kids
I
you
just
gonna
feel
have?
like you have grandchildren now, ma'am. I don't understand why you would think. I can't stand women who do this. Like, I feel like once you get grandchildren, all bets are off. Turn off the oven. It does not need to work anymore. Like, why are you getting pregnant when you have a grandchild?
Then when you go to the family reunion and you see somebody and you like, huh, that's the auntie. The auntie is two, and
It's
the
just born.
grandchild be 10.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like, what happened here? Like,
Hot mess.
it's just so bad. It just really is, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to steal someone else's joy. Like, I really not. Like, if you want to be pregnant after you have grandchildren, then fine. But to me, there should be a very natural ordinance of things. And I feel like this is not one. And we should not be promoting this on TV. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, James, because something's really wrong with her. She's Tip walks away because Eliza got mad. She was held accountable. But I'm just looking at Eliza like nobody feels sorry for you, especially a woman who's had several kids. You know what it feels like to be pregnant. You know what it takes to get pregnant. Why are you not on birth control? Why? And then you got your daughter who just had her baby early, and now you're going to use this pregnancy. In my opinion, I think Eliza's going to use this pregnancy as a way to not be there for her daughter further because we already know she ain't shit as a
I
mom.
felt like that too, but I didn't want to say that. I really did not want to say that because to me, I just feel like I don't want to put that on her like that, but I'm putting it on her because I feel like the attention was taken from her in the beginning with her daughter in this situation. So it is like you're trying to one up your own child. That's how I felt too, but I didn't want to say it. But since you put it out there, I'm gonna co-sign you. I
She
do think that
is.
that's what it is. I do.
Yeah, she's a mess. Quay said grandkids are your new babies without the stretch marks, and you could get them back. Some people
And that's what I'm saying.
yes.
Like, why would you not want to? Never mind, because this is the lies that we
That's when
talking
you did it
about.
right. Like my nana, shout out to my nana. Sometimes she be on YouTube. I have no idea how she figures out how to get here, but shout out to you, nana. But when we were younger, we was with her sometimes more than our parents, and not just us. Like everybody, kids was at my nana's house, and she loved it. She loved it. She viewed it as her second chance. I used to hear her say all the time, because I could give them back. They sleep. Come get them. I mean, I don't see why grandparents, this new generation of grandparents, gonna be twerking shaped like upside down traffic cones from these BBLs. It's a sad thing. Um, Tip in her 304 book explanation point. Not interested. That was irresponsible of Eliza, but I expect it. She ain't ish. She is still trying to trap a man at 50. I can't stitch. Not Eliza's the Carly Red of this season. She probably is much older than she gives because we know how much old China is, and they say they was all dancing in the club, so they're definitely too old to be acting this way. I always have my grandkids, and I'm still fertile, but I'll be damned if I start up.
I know
Listen,
that's right. You better tell that to Eliza because apparently, I feel like she gonna keep going. I feel like this ain't gonna
mhm.
be the end. I feel like she gonna keep going. I do.
She want to be the new Halle Berry. She gonna be 49 like Halle Berry and Kim Fields and Kenya Moore having a child, trying to get child support at that. It's we're gonna move on because we're gonna hurt the girl feelings if she come across this lie. Amada and Alan go to meet with each other, and excuse me, you guys. This is where he apologizes for the situations with Flo, but Amada had to remind him to apologize and not deal with Gael no more. And I'm looking like this girl really thinks she has some power and importance because he is willing to drop people so he could see his kids. Like you could see that that was going to Amara's head just a little bit. But Amara starts with this long explanation and essay of reasons why she would like to have another cut child. And she asked Alan if he'll put it in a cup, which again, it didn't feel realistic. I know that this scene made the shade room and it's wild because it's kind of like it's becoming okay to just be out here as a side chick. I don't care if his wife and him have an arrangement. You deal with the married men. You are doing something wrong, in my opinion. So it's just weird that it's gotten so much attention because when I was watching this scene, it did feel very fake to me. Why would you want this man to put it in a cup when last season he was just talking about your black skin and how dark it is as if it's a negative and problematic? His mama don't like you, his family don't like you. You talking about I don't want to have to deal with another family. None of these fucking people like you, Amada. And they have every right, Alan's family, not to like her. Not because of the skin thing, but maybe because he has a wife and kids of his own in the Dominican Republic, along with other places. So it's baffling to me that she wants to ask him for another kid. He's like, well, I believe in God. That was some other BS, but you can believe in God and still sin. He expects us to sin, and we're supposed to repent and praise him publicly. At least that's what I was taught. But I just, I can't. He believes in God and wants to have the babies naturally. She's like, well, I don't want to do it naturally because you're married. You don't want to have sex with him to have your kids naturally because he's married. But you want to have a baby with him while he's married without the sex. Does she fucking hear herself when she speaks?
No, she don't hear herself, and that's the problem. She need to hear herself. She needs to hear how this sounds. And I hope she's watching this back thinking, damn, that was not the move to make. Or damn, I shouldn't have even, why did I even do this? I hope that immediately, as you use the word repent, she does that when she looks at this scene. I need her to go on live and call Alan back, be like, hey, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm so sorry. Let's just keep these two babies we got and just move on forward.
James said, hop on live. Hold on, y'all. I changed my mind. He said, I need the evidence.
No, I need her to do that ASAP because that conversation sounded so. Oh gosh, I almost said something that was gonna get us canceled. Lord Jesus, let me repent. I
Oh,
just
no. I know
Amara, do
you're a
better.
great person and you work hard. Um,
Thank you, friend. No, but
I
Amara, do better, baby. Just do better.
This was not cute. This was not it. If you were trying to get attention about her, this is not the kind of attention you want. It's irritating. And I'm with Quay. Who the hell is this wife? Bring this goofy broad on the show. We have questions. And Alan made a comment at the end of this where he was like, I'm gonna have to like talk to my wife about it. So does your wife know that you're out here swinging your your dick literally from coast to coast? Does
I'm
the
like,
wife
y'all
know?
must ain't got cable or internet because I feel like if you really got to do all of this, then what the hell are you doing with Flo and Gael and all this and this foolishness? Then
I will say though,
aside,
I did recap that Family Chantel show on TLC. It's a 90 Day Fiance spinoff. Yes, I love 90 Day, y'all. I can't help it. But Pedro's family, who was Chantel's husband, they were from the Dominican Republic, and that was a whole thing. His mom, he is the child of basically his mama sleeping with his dad, who was married to someone else. So, and the mom, when confronted on it, was like, this is common in the Dominican Republic. His sister did it, their friends, and things of that nature. So, from what they have said about the culture, I guess that's more accepted over there. But Amarta, if you want to be with that stuff, then go over there where you can be with somebody else's husband, apparently happily, as long as the check is coming. Because over here, we just gonna laugh at you in America. We're gonna laugh. Moving on, y'all. But I do want to see the wife. She need to come on the show. It's long enough. Because he on the show, I need to see his wife. But we get to the twins' performance, the holidays. Oh, you watched it. Pedro's mom was the Lulu too. She was. I can't stand Lydia. Like, I cannot stand her at all. I know she's somebody's mama, but I can't. They was something else. I was glad that show ended. I said, my God, they gonna be fighting until to Lydia got her citizenship. Hell, they was arguing for seasons. Um, but we get to the twins performance, aka the Hollywood twins. I feel the need to say that because sometimes I be forgetting who these heifers are. They did okay. You could tell that they've definitely improved a lot. But what, her body was banging with the old lady face.
Not a pain with the old lady face. Ooh.
No, that lady did have an amazing body, James. She had an amazing body, but you looked at her face and she just, mm-mm. She's the abuela that you were afraid of. She was
So
not the nice.
everything was cute but her head. Got it.
Yep, quite literally. Even her hair looked dry. But they the Hollywood twins did make improvements. I don't like them. I don't respect their artistry, but I'm glad to see them at least making some type of improvement. So that's a positive. But Pinky Doll interrupts their performance to perform her own song. That sucked. And Miami ate her up. She was booed off the stage. I mean, I think the crowd did right. If that's what's going on in Miami, I respect Miami's audience and music scene a hell of a lot. Because don't lie to people.
I can see that happening. I really can. I can see that happening for a few reasons. One, I feel like the boo was unanimous around the whole room. I don't think it was just for her. I think it was for them twins too. But that's just neither here nor there. But I thought she was trash for that. I said, girl, you don't come up in here doing no stuff like that. Now what is wrong with you? I guess she said, I got to steal this moment. I got to make my shine. I got to come back next season. So let me go ahead and start this rift in this raft.
Why is it that whenever people want to be remembered, they feel the need to step on somebody else's toes or steal someone else's shine? You can make your mark and be memorable without bringing down or tearing down or interrupting somebody else. But oh, bitch, that witness said, she said them turns are horrible. They have zero talent, but they
I
don't
just feel
deserve.
like
That was like with
I feel
Kanye
like they
too.
were made for like the Bad Girls Club, but that's not a show anymore. So they're just here
I mean,
and
their
we're just
face ain't nothing
tolerated.
special. They could head over to baddies and fight for a living. Just saying. They look like their mama. I'm sorry, I said what I said. And their mama looked like one of Trick's siblings. So just saying.
She actually was a lot different than I thought she was going to be. Because remember, I had said I feel like they twins' mama was the ATL mama, where Tasha Smith was playing. Yeah, I feel like that was their mama. And she still could be. I don't know. This was our first introduction, so we'll see her later. But this was terrible.
She said, did y'all know Pinky Doe has pound on X? I saw it during her ice cream so good phase for research purposes. Her what? What does that even mean? Bye, Pinky Doll. Yes, Pinky Doll. OnlyFans. That's what OF is. Y'all know I can keep up with this shit. OF is
I don't keep
OnlyFans,
up with
right?
that either. I didn't know what that was. I was about to Google it my damn self. I'm like, what does she
Oh,
have on what? Like, I don't. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
oh
totally got it,
snap.
and that does not surprise me whatsoever. Okay, gotcha.
The twins look like Dr. Simone just a little, but not cute at all. They mama look good for her age. The problem is the
She
twins look
do,
their
yeah.
mama age in the face, and that's got to be figured out. That's a problem. Porn. Wait,
We
so we
gotta
keep all okay.
we gotta get with the times, Mrs. Best. We gotta get with the times. The fact that neither one of us knew what that was. Because I sure didn't know what that. Yeah, I sure didn't know what that was. I was looking like, cause she got what on what?
We were trying to figure it out.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I'm not surprised at all. Like she looked like the type, but damn.
I mean, hey, if she do porn, just stick to that. Cause that would look, Sukihana did it out proud at this point. Having the OnlyFans isn't gonna scare people away. I mean, I don't think at least every time you open Instagram, sometimes I had to buy a privacy screen for my phone. Sometimes I open my phone and the Instagram, I just see ass. So I mean, you never know. You never know. But porn, I can see her doing, especially the way she talks and all the like growling and all that extra stuff. I don't know.
If it's say
Look,
what it,
this
I
thing would
get.
have said that we are older than y'all.
No, I get it, but this sounds like some new shit. This sounds like some young shit. That's why I said we needed to. The fact that we don't know about this, we living under a rock. That's what we saying. No, because I get it, but at the same time, this don't sound like something that's old school. This sound like some new shit to me.
Listen, we are true millennials, okay? We in our mid 30s. We go to work, we hope to sleep, we come home, occasionally we go eat, and then we do a vacation, and then we on YouTube. I don't be knowing, and apparently I need to get with the times so that I
I
can know.
me too. Apparently so. Because no, I can't do child. I can't do all that because then my man would have questions, and I ain't trying to answer that because I'm
But
like,
you should
it's for
out.
research and development purposes for YouTube.
Lord help us. Now, okay, y'all, let's get to the foolery of the episode. Ray J meet with Marcus, aka Dr. Black. Princess comes in. Ray J and Princess can be beefing with each other, but they are going to come together and unite in the face of beefing with others as one, together as a unit. Ray explains that she said, I'm 46, maybe I need to stop looking at what I do. No, absolutely not. At least you're aware.
Yeah, no, I'm proud. Like, no, at least you, yeah, like Mrs. Best said, at least you know what's going on in today. We just behind. That's all. Keep going. Don't stop on our account.
Or you do like me. I ignore the news, especially with all the negativity and the foolery in the little White House right now. I've just been ignoring news, so I should probably be more informed. I should. But Marcus meets with Ray J and Princess, and Ray J basically says that he feels like he trusted Marcus and Brooke, which irritated me because it's like, Ray J, you know Marcus is the one that's woke, not Brooke. You should know that, Ray J. You should absolutely know that. And you shouldn't trust nobody else to fix your own shit. You messed up your marriage, so you should be the one to fix it. That's just how I feel. But Ray and Princess feel like Brooke and Marcus are faking the funk. They feel like Marcus is extremely silent when it comes to Brooke's disrespect. And it seems like the root of the issue is they don't like how Brooke was disrespectful and Marcus didn't check his wife. And I said, and that's exactly why y'all are divorced. Because whether his wife is right or wrong, when he's in front of y'all with her, he don't have to check her publicly. He can check her privately, but he don't have to check Brooke publicly in front of you to feel better, especially about some stuff that you put yourself in a situation to get into trouble like that. Like that didn't make no sense. So all Ray J and Princess could say is they think Brooke and Marcus are faking the funk and not as perfect as they proclaim to be. Newsflash, Ray and Princess, no couple is as perfect as they proclaim to be, and nobody's going to share all their business with the streets and the cameras. It's just not going to happen. So they end up attacking the fact that Marcus calls himself Dr. Black, which I said it, y'all, when they came on this franchise. I said people gonna come at him the moment he get into it or Brooke get into it, and they're gonna attack him because he's not a real doctor. But it's a nickname that other people gave him, and you could tell that it struck a nerve for Marcus. Ray J starts throwing French fries at him, which irritated me. It was so random. He's just like, nah, dog. You disrespected me. It starts just throwing French fries at him like every 7 seconds. I counted up to 12 fries thrown at him before I stopped. I said, why are you throwing stuff at people? Because if you throw something at me, it's up. We fighting. I don't care about any disabilities, ailments. I don't care about my age. I don't care where we at. You throw something at me, you spit on me, you touch me, we fighting. We're squabbling. I'm gonna fight to the death if I have to. That's because who are you? Ray J, exactly. He's very, very childish. He's very, very childish. So, long story short, y'all, it gets to a point where Marcus is fed up with, basically being berated by Ray and Princess. And he's like, you throwing fries, man? Stop this. And Ray's like, yeah, I don't care. I feel disrespected. And Marcus said, throw one more fry. And Ray threw one more fry. And then Marcus was like, okay. Ray said, you say one more thing. And he said, one more thing. And Ray threw another fry, lost his mind. They chasing each other. But I was cracking up a little bit because Marcus is the one who's chasing Ray, trying to fight him. But he gonna say to Ray, you're losing yourself. I said, what? You the one that's lost yourself running after him. You have valid reason to, because Ray J did disrespect him. But I'm just like, you the one that just lost yourself. Nobody fought in the end. They were put in the cars. They're just not going to get along. But let's get into the comments. My overall opinion, drama, childish. The comments pretty much will state how I feel. A bitch that went and said that's not cute at all. I can see exactly why Ray J and Princess are together. They are two peas in a pod, just alike. They probably be in their house fighting and fucking. Yeah, I think that is their relationship, like from the beginning to now. They be fighting and fucking. It's just the fact. I don't know what it is, but something about toxic fights makes sex good. And maybe they're stuck in that cycle. Quay the Canary said, I didn't like how Ray J and Princess walked in like they're in a happy relationship. They're doing that corny shit that people do. We have a baby together, so we always gonna be family till the motherfucker 18. Y'all don't get along. Y'all be fighting each other just the way you fight the world, so it doesn't matter. I agree with this comment too. Princess is just as much trash as Ray J. We've all known this. I think that's why a lot of people don't feel sorry for her. They just don't. But yeah, he's super childish. Not the dad bod. Ray J never did get his 6-pack back. That's why you got to hire other people for his one wish rebate. He can't sing in the rain with his shirt off no more. He can't do that. He just can't. But yeah, I didn't like any of it. James, how'd you feel about that corny ass fight?
I feel like both Princess and Reggie are both gutter snipes, and I feel like that was the most trash and insane logic I've ever seen two people give on national TV. First off, Princess, this is not high school. You're not in 10th grade. Brooke can be friends with both you and Amara and not cross any bounds of loyalty or strenuous in activities, as you say. And another thing, Ray J, at the end of the day, you got caught up, and instead of you taking responsibility, you wanted to be childish because you're allowed to get away with it. At the end of the day, you a clown that got lucky. So I don't feel like even in this sentiment, I'm even mad at Marcus for coming out of character because somebody needs to do it at the end of the day because you clearly don't get it. I feel like at the end of the day, you're either going to get saved by TV, your mama, or social media. So that's why you act out the way that you do. But at the end of the day, as I said it, you a clown who got lucky. And instead of you counting your blessings and trying to be better, you want to stay with this foolishness on this TV. And I'm like, someone call Sonia in her wig to come get her son because I'm sick of it. That's all I got to say.
That's the problem. Sonia in that wig have no control of the son. Maybe she needs to turn her wig to the back to make her look more angry or something for him to listen. Something needs to change.
Sonia, you need to do something. I don't know what it is, but you need to do something because to have your overgrown ass son acting like this on national TV, something needs to happen because we don't understand what it is. Like, I don't understand if it's under the influence of a substance. I don't understand if this is, someone who didn't get his way, so he's acting out. I don't know what this is, but you and your wig need to come to Miami and grab him by his ear and tell him to get on the plane and come back to LA. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, I don't think they do. I think this is a good point that Quay brought up. you guys remember years ago, for our younger generation watchers, they may not remember, but for anybody born before, I would say 1995, there was a show on VH1 that Ray J did. Not the show where he was dating with she smashed the homie, not that one, but there was a show with Brandy, the family something that they did on VH1. And the show had ended out of the blue because nobody in the family really wanted to deal with Ray J. Brandy wasn't willing to get along with him. And I know that they've like publicly spoken a little bit about their struggles, but I feel like this family in general has issues. Like the whole Brandy and Wanye thing from Boys to Men, that's always bothered me. Just how her kids date in terms of Sonia Norwood says a lot about how they were raised, and that's true of any human. And I find it very telling that Ray J doesn't know how to be faithful and behaves like an actual 12-year-old who is at the beginning stages of puberty. And Brandy can't seem to keep a man for the life of her. So I'm just looking like something's going on.
What it looked like to me is that they were taught to only have their talent and business and completely omit people skills. Because I do see that in Brandy, even though I love Brandy, don't get me wrong, I do. I love Brandy a lot. But I feel like people skills lack in their personality and in their beings. And I feel like that's so unfortunate because it really disrupts them having great relationships in their lives. So, that's one of the things we have to understand about them.
Abiste Winnie said, I know at one point he was on 101. I remember that. I love that theme song. That theme song slapped. Bring back theme songs. That just made me happy. I loved 101.
What show was 101? I don't remember that one.
With Kyla Pratt and the boy from Cousin Skeeter.
Was this the Flex Alexander show?
Yes.
I should know. I had the biggest crush on him when I first came out. I did. I don't know why. He was such a weird, and he's such a weird looking guy, but I don't know. When I was 27, I was putting together a list of what I would want, and he was like top 3 for me. I don't know why.
Oh Lord, he is a handsome man. He is a handsome man. He's married to the I love your smile. What is her name? Shanice.
And it was crazy. I love her too so much. I'm like, damn. I feel like I'm stabbing her in the back when I talk about her husband fine as hell. But I'm sorry, he is Shanice. I love you.
He is still handsome too. He is not aged. I'm still mad at him for that Michael Jackson thing, but
and he's forgiven for me.
That man is fine. It just is what it is.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Ray J's dad has another junior as well that they do not claim or talk about. Not surprised, girl, and I've heard about that too. That's where the problem is. They say your family is good as who leads it. Willie, what's going on? Flex was fine as hell. He is. Oh, Lord. Right. I'm still mad about that. From the makeup to everything. It was just a mess.
I feel like we all have things in our careers that we do not like to do or do not want to do. And as long as he got the check for it, I can forgive. I'm not jumping on this. I am not jumping on that train. I am sorry. He is forgiven for me.
I love 101 so much that I feel like one role doesn't ruin it, but I'm just like, why would he do that? But y'all, that was it for our Love and Hip Hop Miami review. I appreciate everybody who's here and watching. If you are watching when we're no longer live, you matter too. I genuinely appreciate all of you. Me and James are making progress on these YouTube streets with monetization. So I'm very, very proud of James at this time. We appreciate everyone's support. The next live we're going to do is going to be right after this one. And we're going to start the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta live. So if you're interested in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, tap in. And then after that, we'll get into Beverly Hills. But love and light to everybody. Thug Life. Subscribe to James's channel. The link is in the description of this video. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, James, and adios.